High in the Andes Mountains of Peru, nestled amongst the clouds, lies a mystery carved in stone. Machu Picchu, a city that for centuries has captivated the world with its beauty, its enigmatic origins, and its seemingly impossible location. But what if the accepted story of Machu Picchu is incomplete? What if the true secrets of this lost city lie not just in its majestic structures, but within the very bones of the earth upon which it stands? Let's rewind to 1911. Yale professor Hiram Bingham, driven by the romantic pursuit of the lost city of the Incas, hacked his way through the dense Andean foliage. What he stumbled upon was a site that would forever alter our understanding of pre-Columbian South America: Machu Picchu. A breathtaking complex of meticulously crafted stone structures clinging to a narrow mountain ridge, seemingly defying gravity and logic. But almost immediately, the discovery was met with confusion. What exactly was this place? Was it a royal palace? A fortress? A sanctuary? Theories abounded, each attempting to decipher the purpose of this isolated city in the sky. Adding to the intrigue was the city's puzzling location. Unlike other significant Inca settlements, Machu Picchu wasn't easily accessible. It wasn't situated along major trade routes, nor did it boast sprawling agricultural lands to sustain a large population. To reach it, one had to navigate treacherous mountain paths often shrouded in mist and rain, a journey fraught with peril. Think about it. The city is perched precariously on a narrow ridge, flanked by sheer drops of nearly 500 meters into the roaring Urubamba River. The surrounding slopes are steep and rocky, unsuitable for the large-scale agriculture that typically supported Inca settlements. The logistical challenges alone are staggering. How did the Inca transport massive stone blocks, some weighing several tons, to this remote and inhospitable location? And the geographical anomalies don't stop there. The very stability of the site is questionable. Situated in a region prone to heavy rainfall and seismic activity, Machu Picchu appears to be built on inherently unstable ground. Landslides and erosion constantly threaten its existence. It seems almost as if the Inca deliberately chose the least suitable place to build a city. This contradiction, this paradox, has perplexed scholars for decades. Why would the Inca, renowned for their organizational prowess and engineering ingenuity, invest so much time, resources, and labor into constructing such an elaborate complex in such a challenging and seemingly illogical location? It just doesn't make sense, does it? The more we study Machu Picchu, the more questions arise. The intricate stonework, with its perfectly fitted blocks that defy modern construction techniques, suggests a profound understanding of engineering and geometry. Temples are precisely aligned with the solstices and equinoxes, indicating a sophisticated knowledge of astronomy. But for what purpose? Why such precision in a place so remote? Archaeological evidence further complicates the picture. The artifacts found at Machu Picchu suggest a primarily ceremonial or elite function. There's a notable absence of large-scale domestic dwellings or bustling marketplaces, further fueling the debate about its intended purpose. The skeletal remains discovered at the site reveal a disproportionate number of women and children, along with evidence of cranial deformation, a practice associated with elite status. This suggests that Machu Picchu wasn't a typical city, but rather a place with a very specific and perhaps sacred function. The very act of discovering Machu Picchu is itself steeped in controversy. While Bingham is credited with bringing the city to the world's attention, the local Quechua people had always known of its existence. The narrative of discovery conveniently overlooks the indigenous knowledge and perspectives that had preserved the city for centuries. This Western-centric interpretation has shaped our understanding of Machu Picchu, often eclipsing the voices and perspectives of those who are most intimately connected to its history and legacy. So we are left with a fascinating conundrum. A magnificent city, built with incredible skill and precision, in a location that defies all logical explanation. A place shrouded in mystery, its purpose obscured by time and conflicting interpretations. Machu Picchu stands as a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the Inca civilization, but also as a persistent reminder of how much we still don't know. For over a century, we've been asking the wrong questions, focusing on the who and the why of Machu Picchu, while overlooking the fundamental question of the where. What if the answer to the city's paradox lies not in its function, but in its very foundation? What if the Inca, with their intimate knowledge of the natural world, recognized something about this seemingly inhospitable location that we have only just begun to understand? 2025, the year everything changed. For over a century, archaeologists and historians had been scratching their heads, marveling at the architectural prowess of Machu Picchu, but largely focusing on the who and why of its construction. But in 2025, a team of geologists, armed with cutting-edge technology normally reserved for earthquake research, turned their attention to a different set of questions. What lies beneath? And how did the very bedrock influence this seemingly impossible city? Led by the brilliant Brazilian geologist Rualdo Menegat, this team didn't just look at Machu Picchu, they looked into it. Forget the intricate stonework for a moment. Menegat and his team were interested in the earth itself, the silent foundation upon which this iconic city stood. They deployed an arsenal of sophisticated tools. Satellite imagery was used to map subtle surface features, revealing hidden fault lines invisible to the naked eye. Ground-penetrating radar peered beneath the soil, painting a picture of subterranean structures and geological formations. Electrical resistivity surveys measured how easily electricity flowed through the rock, highlighting fractures and zones of weakness. And in a technique that sounds straight out of a science fiction film, they employed muon tomography, using cosmic rays to scan the very core of the mountain. The results were astounding. They revealed that Machu Picchu wasn't just perched precariously on a mountain ridge. It was deliberately built atop a complex network of intersecting fault lines. Not just one or two, but a veritable web of geological fractures crisscrossing the landscape directly beneath the city. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't a coincidental placement in ignorance of these geological realities. For the first time, hard scientific data suggested something truly radical. The Inca may have chosen this location because of the fault lines, not in spite of them. Think about that for a second. We, in the 21st century, typically view fault lines as signs of danger, as harbingers of earthquakes and instability. Modern engineers avoid building on them at all costs, striving to create structures that can withstand seismic activity. But the Inca? They saw something else entirely. They saw opportunity. This natural X, this intersection of geological forces, wasn't just a location marker, it was a resource. The fault lines acted as natural conduits, allowing rainwater to drain efficiently through the mountain, providing the foundation for Machu Picchu's incredibly sophisticated and still functional drainage system. The Inca didn't fight against the torrential rains of the Andes. They harnessed the Earth's natural plumbing, using these pre-existing fractures as channels to divert water away from the city's foundations. This ingenious system effectively mitigated erosion and prevented catastrophic landslides, ensuring the city's survival for centuries. The very weakness of the rock, its fractured nature, became its greatest strength. But the benefits didn't stop there. The geological study revealed that much of the stone used to construct Machu Picchu wasn't transported from distant quarries. Instead, it was sourced directly from the fractured bedrock beneath the city. These natural cracks and fissures provided readily available seams, making it significantly easier to extract and shape the massive granite blocks. The Inca didn't have to expend immense effort breaking down solid rock. Nature had already done much of the work for them. The mountain itself provided both the raw materials and the means of procuring them. Even the placement of sacred buildings appears to be correlated with these underlying fault lines. Some structures were built directly along these geological fractures, almost as if they were adhering to a hidden grid system embedded within the Earth itself. This wasn't just a pragmatic decision, it was a reflection of the Inca worldview. They mapped their spiritual and practical domains onto the natural lines of force that coursed through the mountain, demonstrating a profound understanding and respect for their environment. They weren't trying to conquer nature. They were working in harmony with it. And perhaps most surprisingly, the geologists theorized that these very fault lines may have contributed to Machu Picchu's remarkable resistance to earthquakes. Solid rock, when subjected to intense seismic forces, can shatter and crumble. But fractured rock, like that found beneath Machu Picchu, can actually absorb and dissipate seismic energy, acting as a natural shock absorber. By building on this broken ground, the Inca may have inadvertently created a structure that was inherently more resilient to earthquakes. What appeared to be a vulnerability, a risk factor, was in fact a key to the city's longevity. This geological breakthrough fundamentally changed our understanding of Machu Picchu's location. No longer could it be viewed solely as a strategic military outpost or a remote royal retreat. Geology revealed that it was a carefully chosen site, selected for its unique geological characteristics and the opportunities they presented. The Inca didn't ignore the inherent dangers of the location. They meticulously planned for them, turning potential weaknesses into remarkable strengths. While modern engineers see fault lines as problems to be avoided, the Inca saw them as opportunities to be exploited. This innovative approach is perhaps best exemplified by their mastery of water management. The torrential rains that lash the Andes could have easily overwhelmed and destroyed Machu Picchu. But the Inca cleverly utilized the natural fractures and fissures in the rock to create a highly efficient drainage system. These fractures acted like veins, channeling excess water into carefully controlled pathways. Stone-lined drains, ingeniously integrated into the city's design, didn't just prevent erosion, they enhanced the mountain's natural drainage capacity. It was a symbiotic relationship, a partnership between human ingenuity and geological forces that allowed Machu Picchu to withstand the relentless forces of nature for centuries. Beyond the practical benefits, there was also a spiritual dimension to this geological understanding. The Inca revered mountains as sacred beings, as powerful deities imbued with spiritual energy. Building on a site where two major earthquake systems converged wasn't just a pragmatic decision, it was a symbolic act, a connection to the Earth's raw power. The natural X beneath Machu Picchu became a conduit, uniting the land, the sky, and the people in a single sacred space. Geologists may have seen cracks in the ground, but the Inca saw holy crossings, pathways to the divine. This holistic approach also sheds new light on the precision of Inca stonework. For generations, researchers have been puzzled by the incredibly tight joints between the massive granite blocks. How could the Inca, without the benefit of modern tools or advanced technology, achieve such remarkable precision? The answer, it turns out, lies in the rock itself. The natural fractures and fissures made it easier to shape and fit the stones together, minimizing the need for complex cutting and shaping techniques. What once seemed like an unfathomable feat of engineering was, in reality, a testament to the Incas' profound understanding and utilization of natural resources. Machu Picchu is more than just a beautiful city. It's a masterpiece of earth engineering, a testament to the harmonious relationship between humans and the natural world. Every terrace, canal, and wall reflects this intricate dance, a testament to the ingenuity of the Inca and the generosity of the mountains that sustained them. The rock gave the Incas cracks, waterways, and stone, The Incas, in turn, built a city that continues to inspire awe and wonder to this day. But let's dive deeper, because the story of Machu Picchu isn't just about clever engineering. It's about a whole different way of seeing the world. How did the Inca, without modern tools, manage to build a civilization so seamlessly integrated with the harsh Andean landscape? The answer, my friends, lies in something we can call Andean ethnogeology, the Incas' intuitive, deeply ingrained understanding of the Earth. Now, ethnogeology isn't your typical textbook science. It's not about laboratory experiments and complex equations. It's about generations of lived experience, observing the land, learning its rhythms, and understanding its secrets passed down through stories and traditions. Imagine centuries of Andean people watching how water flows, how rocks fracture, how the mountains breathe. That's the foundation upon which the Inca built their knowledge. Think of it this way. Modern geology gives us the why, the scientific explanation behind geological processes. Ethnogeology gave the Inca the how, the practical knowledge of how to work with those processes. They understood, at a fundamental level, the interconnectedness of the landscape, from the highest mountain peak to the deepest spring. And this understanding was far from just practical. It was deeply spiritual. The Inca didn't see the mountains as inert masses of rock, but as living beings, as powerful entities deserving of respect. They saw the earth as Pachamama, the Mother Earth, the source of all life. So building wasn't just about construction, it was about participating in a sacred act, about harmonizing with the spirit of the land. One of the most crucial aspects of Andean ethnogeology was the Incas' profound understanding of water. In the high Andes, water is life. It's both scarce and abundant. Torrential rains can cause devastating floods, while droughts can bring famine. The Inca mastered the art of water management, harnessing its power while mitigating its dangers. They built intricate systems of canals, terraces, and drainage systems that channeled water for irrigation, prevented erosion, and even provided a source of clean drinking water. But these systems weren't just feats of engineering, they were acts of reverence, designed to honor the spirit of the water to maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem. And then there are the stones, the sacred stones that form the very foundation of Inca civilization. The Inca were masters of stonework, creating structures of incredible precision and durability. But their knowledge of stone went far beyond mere craftsmanship. They understood the different properties of various rocks, their strengths and weaknesses, how they responded to the forces of nature. They knew, for instance, which stones were best suited for building foundations, which for creating walls, and which for carving intricate details. And they didn't just choose stones based on their physical properties. They also considered their spiritual significance. Certain stones were believed to possess special powers, to be imbued with the energy of the earth. These sacred stones were often incorporated into important buildings and temples, serving as conduits for spiritual energy. Think about the famous 12-angled stone in Cusco. It's not just a perfectly shaped rock, it's a testament to the Incas' understanding of geometry, engineering, and spirituality. It's a symbol of their connection to the land, their ability to transform raw materials into works of art and engineering. Now, let's shift our focus to the spiritual reasoning behind the buildings we see at Machu Picchu. Why build such an incredible, complex and such a remote and challenging location? The answer, as we've hinted at, is multi-layered. Firstly, location, location, location. The Incas believed that certain places were imbued with special energy, with a closer connection to the spirit world. Machu Picchu, nestled high in the Andes, surrounded by towering peaks and dramatic landscapes, was undoubtedly considered one of these sacred places. Its position between two prominent mountains, Machu Picchu and Huayna Picchu, further amplified its spiritual significance. The city itself almost seems to float amidst the clouds, lending it an ethereal, otherworldly quality. Secondly, astronomical alignment. The Inca were keen observers of the heavens, aligning their buildings and temples with celestial events like the solstices and equinoxes. This wasn't just about creating aesthetically pleasing structures. It was about aligning themselves with the cosmic order, about harnessing the power of the sun and the stars to ensure the prosperity and well-being of their civilization. The Intihuatana stone at Machu Picchu, for instance, is believed to have served as a solar clock, allowing the Inca to precisely track the movement of the sun and to determine the optimal times for planting and harvesting. Thirdly, ritual and ceremony. Machu Picchu was undoubtedly a place of ritual and ceremony, a place where the Inca performed sacred rites and offerings to appease the gods and to maintain the harmony of the universe. The presence of temples, altars, and other ceremonial structures underscores the importance of spirituality in the city's design and function. Imagine priests chanting ancient prayers, dressed in elaborate costumes as they offered sacrifices to the spirits of the mountains, the rivers, and the earth. And finally, a refuge. While Machu Picchu undoubtedly served as a spiritual center, it may have also served as a refuge, a place of retreat for the Inca elite during times of political unrest or external threat. Its remote location and defensible position would have made it an ideal sanctuary, a place where the Inca could preserve their culture and traditions in the face of adversity. In conclusion, Machu Picchu isn't just a collection of beautiful buildings. It's a testament to the Incas' profound understanding of ethnogeology, their deep spiritual connection to the land, and their remarkable ability to harmonize with nature. It's a window into a world where science and spirituality weren't separate disciplines, but rather intertwined aspects of a holistic worldview. It's a reminder that true innovation comes not from dominating nature, but from understanding it, respecting it, and working with it. And perhaps most importantly, it challenges us to reconsider our own relationship with the earth, to learn from the wisdom of the Inca, and to strive for a more sustainable and harmonious future.